Jenna Morton, and as you can see, we are very festive. You can even hear it if you're just listening to the podcast.
There's some ambiance in here, but Jenna is also referring to our beautiful matchy sweaters that we have on today. We each have managed to wrangle ourselves the festive AF shirts from our friends at Tie-Dye Co. here in the greater Moncton area, and they're gorgeous. They don't just have these sweaters that I've definitely been living in. I don't know about you, but it's the most comfortable thing I've ever put on my body. so comfy. So they also have like aprons, and they've got hoodies that are all Christmas stuff that you can check out through the Tie-Dye Co.'s Instagram and Facebook page.
And they do have non-Christmas things
as
well, to be fair.
Yeah. They've got
just in case you want something that you might wear year round.
Yeah.
Although, I don't know, I might be just festive all year round.
Me too. But I'll have to get my hands on some others. So check out their social medias to find yourself some as well before they're all gone for the holiday season.
All right. So the reason we are wearing our festive shirts, and I have my jingly antlers? Yes,
antlers?
My antlers on. I don't know what I thought I was going to say, but anyway. We are obviously in the Christmas spirit, and we are going all out on today's show to talk to you about, I think, probably my favorite part of the holidays. And I think maybe that's the same for everyone here, because we are going to talk Project Nice List today. And of course, to talk about Nice List, we need to have Natalie and Tammy. Hi, everyone.
Hi. I just forgot that it's also a podcast, and I'm just waving at the camera as if all of the listeners can hear me. So Natalie waves at camera.
Yeah.
Well, they can hear the joy in your voice, right? That's why you smile when you're on the phone, right? If you ever worked in any kind of retail type environment where you had to answer the phone, you have to smile when you answer. They can hear it.
Touche. So. Yes, and a little heavy breathing, right? Like, enthusiastic. That's all. Enthusiastic heavy breathing. Thanks for having us.
We are so excited that you guys are here today. So for anyone who doesn't know already, Project Nice List is something that Natalie and I started back in 2016.
Yes.
Was the first year.
Happy 5-year anniversary.
I know, it's very exciting. And it's really just kind of a movement. It's not an organization. It's not a tangible thing in that sense that people might think of when they hear, oh, we've created Project Nice List. Do you want to tell people what it really is and how it works?
Yeah, I mean, I think what's interesting about Project Nice List is it's not for profit. It's also not a not-for-profit. It's not double negative. But there's no business outcome here. There's really nothing else happening the rest of the year. It's us coming together over the holiday season and just trying to get more folks spreading joy. I know when we came up with the idea, I wish I could transport myself into my head 5 years ago of how I was feeling that season. I know I wanted to do something, but this year is the first time where I've been like, oh, we need this. We need some joy spreading. People definitely need to see that. People need to be reminded that anyone can get on the nice list, no matter what they said on social media this year. They can still get back on the nice list. I mean, we're really just spreading joy. That's really what it is. So in terms of, tangibles, over 24 days we're issuing challenges, and they're things that are easy to do, maybe mostly easy to do, but they're really things that are designed to get people having fun, giving people permission to play, get people connected with one another, and have a good time. And you don't have to do 24. You can do one, you can do none, and just watch them and have a good time. There's no rules. This is like an imperfect, fun activity.
Excellent. Now, Tammy, this is your first year on board with it, so I want to know why you wanted to come on and help out.
Well, I love connecting with people, and I will jump at any opportunity to do that. And there's really nobody that I know more than Jenna and Natalie that love their community and love connecting people. So, of course, when they asked me if I wanted to come on board and help out, I was like, yes, absolutely. Yeah.
And it has made such a difference to have a third person helping plan everything this year, right? It's been basically when we sit down to plan Project Nice List every year, we kind of set ourselves up that, okay, each week for a month we get together and we kind of bang out what's going to happen, how we're going to do it, and then we try to pull it all off. And while there's sometimes some fun in that spontaneity that ends up happening in trying to come up with daily challenges and post things on the fly. It really has been beautiful to be a little bit more organized and to have a third person who can help you, like, oh yeah, I can help go get this thing that you need. I can help, just to have someone else and someone else's family who can help us take part in doing the challenges ahead of time, so we have pictures and videos of them to share with people so they know what it is we're talking about, has made such a huge difference.
Absolutely, yeah. So all 3 of our kids are the reindeer crew, and the reindeer crew, the youngest member is...
Well, technically it'd be Rory, who's 2 minutes younger than Alistair.
Right, who is...
So he's 8. They are 8.
And then the oldest is 15.
My son is 15 and he's a high school student, so to have him participate in something like this is really something. And he loved it. Yeah, he's pretty excited.
That was I had so much joy when we put all of our 8 reindeer at a table with their hats, and they were all doing different Project Nice List challenges and talking about it. And now they're bringing it into their schools.
Yes, yeah. That's that's next level. So, my boys go to Louisville, they're participating. Their guidance counselor reached out to me last week and was like, hey, how do we get involved in Project Nice List? And their elementary school did a couple of challenges as well, which was really cool. But now the kids, because they're older, for my kids, they're able to be on a committee and really take a leadership role, which to see my very shy son choose to do that, it's really something, and you can see this kind of pride in something he's been involved in for 5 years, since he was a little kid. Like, the very first thing we ever did when we went to present to City Council, my boys were there, in onesies, right? So, it's really something to see that. And I know, Jenna, one of the things you said when we were planning this year is some of your favorite family Christmas memories are doing these challenges with your kids. And it really helped me look back and reflect, and it's exactly the same. 100% my kids also have been part of this, and meeting community members and learning that they can make a difference from a very young age because they participated. So that's pretty cool.
And speaking of schools and families taking part, your family has done this every year since we started.
Yep.
And now your kid's school is taking part and is just blowing me away with the support from Frank L. Bowser. So why don't you tell us, Tosh, a little bit about what's happening with that elementary school?
Sure. So they really, our principal is the type of guy that is like, oh, you got a challenge for me? Let's do it. And then I'm going to ace it and probably go above and beyond everything else I can possibly do, which is amazing. So he has really taken it and run with it, which is fantastic. So his plan is to kind of break down the challenges by classroom. So every class gets something to do, or every age group gets something to do, and right down to involving the library if he can, and the guidance counselors. So yeah, it's gonna be really neat, I hope. And we're really gonna post everything we possibly can through the Frank L. Bowser Home and School page, is where everything will be on the internet for it. But I think it's gonna be a really good time. I think they sent out some emails yesterday.
They made me tear up this morning.
It is?
I got a copy of it, and I was like, what are these nice things that people are saying? And to see something that came out of you and I getting together for coffee 5 years ago, and to see how other people are embracing it and adapting it now, especially this year, because what we've done this year, which is different, is we put out a call for ambassadors. So we put it out there that we needed some extra people involved ahead of time to be on board, ready to share these challenges and spread the word, because we didn't do it last year.
We didn't even do. There was no Project Nice List last year. And we were like, oh, I'm just going to go under this rock.
Like most people did. And then we put out this call for ambassadors, and we had more than 100 people, some just for themselves, some representing schools and businesses, sign up to be part of kind of the inner circle this year. And already these folks have been showing us some of the things that they're getting ready to do. And the way that other people are embracing this idea of sharing joy and spreading a little magic and happiness, it's snowballing in this most incredible way.
It's kind of interesting, when people, I've never said this before, but it really just occurred to me now as you're saying that, Project Nice List is everybody's. And the second year, we were approached by major sponsors that were going to throw major money at this and blow it up. And they were like, anything you want, you can have if we do this. And we were like, no, Well, we don't know why, but it just feels wrong, right? Like no, like no. But we, and it wasn't. I couldn't really put it into words. But really, yesterday, I think, somebody in my family messaged me and was like, "Oh, so excited to see you Friday when Project Nice List comes to my work." And I was like, "I'm definitely like Jenna and I have businesses, and like they don't stop in December for this to take place. So we still have other stuff to do, So I was like, I'm not coming to your workplace, and we talk all the time. So I know Tammy and Jenna are not either." And I was like, maybe it's an ambassador. And then she told me, oh yeah, this person's coming, and we're doing this activity, and we've been planning it all week. And that's an ambassador that is going into this. I can't say any of the details. It's very hard.
Can you though? Because
I
what
know,
day
right?
is it supposed to be?
I know, right?
Because we can split some of these things out.
Competing.
Yeah.
So you'll know when it hits the internet. But I mean, just to hear that, to have it was my cousin that called me, and to have somebody call me out of the blue and be like, "Oh, Project Nice List is coming," and I'm like, "It's not. I don't even know, because it's not mine. It's not yours. It's not ours. It's everybody's. And that's really hit home for me this year."
You know what I like about that too, and adding the ambassadors is I had quite a few people message me and say, am I allowed to do this? Can anybody be an ambassador? Like just random people, because you use the term ambassador and people assume you've got to have a certain amount of people on your social media and what have you, right?
Or be a foreign dignitary.
Yeah.
So
Everyone's welcome. You can
Listen,
sign up too next year.
You haven't been sponsored by Tide this year. You are not.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I think that was really cool to see so many people on my Facebook and on my Instagram that you would never think would kind of jump out of their shell and do that. And I thought it was absolutely the best idea you guys could have possibly come up with. Love it.
The hardest part this year so far has been folks who missed the deadline, and we're not having a deadline to be mean, like we just need to be organized, but missed the deadline to be an ambassador and are now like, "Can you squeeze me in?" And I'm like, it's the Nice List. There is room for everybody, but
you can still do all the stuff.
Yes. Everyone can still do all of these challenges, or just the ones that pop out and speak to you that fit your schedule, because we talk about this all the time. The goal is not to overwhelm anyone with things you could do or to make you feel bad if you can't do them all. It's just to give you that kind of daily prompt of, here's something fun and meaningful you could do today. And you know what, if you do it 5 days from now, if you do it next year, feel free to tag us in it or just do it. You don't have to share that you've done any of these. That's not what it's about, aside from the fact that so much joy comes from sharing your own joy. Right? It's that whole kind of karma circular, whatever you want to call it in the world.
The energy of the universe.
Exactly. It sounds so
Christmas magic?
Yeah. Oh yeah, good one. I like that. That is gonna catch on.
Yeah, there you go. But that's an important thing too to note, because before our school got on board, how do we do the challenges when we're not in school that day? How do we, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera? Some things aren't conducive to classrooms, and so on and so forth. And the main thing to drive home was, you don't have to do this every day. Sure, that'd be awesome, but it doesn't have to be done every day, which I think is another important thing too, because then people are like, I'm so busy in the holiday season, am I gonna have time to do all these challenges?
Yeah, I think the one thing we struggled with a couple of years was like, how do we make this not another endless to-do list for people where they're now trying to be measuring themselves by unrealistic standards, and it's just making the holiday more crazy. And so there have been years where we did like toned down versions, we've tested all these things, and I think the best outcome that we came to this year is like, just don't do it. If you are tired, you should rest that day. You know what I mean? And one of the things in the ambassador group that I want to make a video about this, probably by the time this airs it will have happened. But one of the things is, we have some people in that group that clearly get their joy from designing in Canva, right? Yes. And so people are like, "Oh, look at this beautiful template I made for the post I'm gonna do," and I'm like, it's amazing, and I really hope nobody feels bad if that's not what gives them joy, right? So then, but then they're like, no, everybody use it, share, and so. The way that contribution and that co-creation is coming together in the group, where one person likes designing, so they make a template available for everybody so they can make social posts, that kind of stuff. It's the best. Yeah.
People coming together it's absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
So this is going to air on Monday, and we're recording on the day of the very first challenge. So I feel like maybe, Tammy, we could drop a couple of the first two and let people have some ideas as to what the challenges were or are.
Well, I think we're just going to do today's, right?
Well, today's, yeah.
Yeah, share
Today
yes.
is share your nice list. So who would make your nice list? Who's impacted you throughout the year? And then send them a nice note or a DM or something and tell them thank you for the part that they played in your year.
Oh, I'm gonna have to work on that. My kids did their list, and it was like Santa and and our elf on the shelf, and
That's amazing.
They count. They play a big
They
role
do.
in kids' lives, right?
Yeah.
What I love for our nice list, for Project Nice List, is Tammy wrote out the names of all of our ambassadors, everyone who signed up,
Wow.
and made a Christmas tree out of
beautiful.
Post-it notes,
Yeah.
and it's absolutely beautiful. And I've seen like some of our other ambassadors and some people who are just following along. I've seen them posting their lists already this morning. And Betty Bevins, oh my goodness, you made me laugh with yours. If you guys can find Betty, go look at her list that she posted on December 1st, because oh my goodness, she was hilarious with her funny little remarks of who didn't make it and had to keep trying to get on the list in a very nice,
Yes.
fun, loving way that was just,
Yeah.
oh my God. It
A very
brought
Betty
so much
way.
joy.
A very Betty way.
So much joy
Yeah.
to my morning. And that's another note. So our challenges go out. They get posted at 7 a.m. Atlantic every morning, December 1st through December 24th. Do not feel like you need to try to get them done as soon as it gets out there. Again, if you're going to do it, feel free to do it that night, the next day, on the weekend, whatever works for you. You don't miss the opportunity to do a challenge. You just decide when to do it.
Yeah, and you're challenging yourself to have more fun. That's really like, it's not like a challenge, you know. We're not doing 75 hard here.
Yeah. Thank God.
Although that could be really
24 easy,
24
that's my kind of challenge.
We could do a Christmas version that would be like hilarious. I'm just thinking about slamming eggnog 3 times a day. The things
You don't do that
we could
already
do.
right now?
One more week. I'm going away for work next week, and I told my husband the day I get back, it's eggnog season.
It's eggnog season.
It's eggnog in my coffee,
Yeah.
eggnog for lunch, eggnog in the evening with a fireball. Eggnog season. Oh, eggnog and
Di Serrano.
fireball. Ooh.
Eggnog and Di Serrano.
Okay. All right. Thank
Also,
you.
Bailey's goes very well in eggnog. So
It's like next
And
level.
coffee.
You know what this creamy egg drink needs is some more cream. I love this.
the almond flavor one, though.
Okay.
Anyway, I know. I would put that in anything, quite frankly.
I'm
On
gonna
ice
give it a
cream,
go. I am
whatever.
definitely giving it a go.
It's worth a shot. It's worth a shot. What else is there? I think maybe another thing to mention is I wasn't sure if we were calling them challenges or not. Like when I went to go post this morning, I was like, is it a challenge? Or because challenge is kind of a hard word, you know,
Yeah.
but what else do you call them? An event or whatever. But what else I liked about it is the ambassadors have gotten a small list of things you could purchase if you want to do some of the challenges. That's one of my favorite things is that you don't have to spend any money.
No.
You can really get by nothing.
Yeah, absolutely. This is not meant to be overwhelming in any way, including financially. Yes, if you have the means to go all out, go all out. Have fun. But you can very easily do this without any supplies in advance, without any extra cost, without, it just takes some time. That's all it does, really.
Yeah, just a little bit of your time. And then if you're like me and your kids every evening after supper are asking for something to do, then you move on to the next day's challenge or do that day's challenge or what have you.
I do like how accessible it is. Like we have someone in our ambassador group that runs a 17-bed residence home, and all her senior residents are taking part in it, and it's something that they can easily do. And they're so excited about it. They've already done their nice list.
Yeah.
They're just adorable.
Their
that made
nice
me
list was
cry.
beautiful.
I know,
It
I
was
know.
just, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All the feels.
All the feels.
Lots of tears. I was like
Yeah.
bawling looking at
Yeah.
the photos.
Yeah.
I just couldn't believe it. I just can't believe how many people are participating and getting joy from it, and it's more than I ever imagined it could be, and that's pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah, it is. I keep coming back to the idea of share your joy. Like that's kind of been my catchphrase the past couple years around Christmas time, because it's a lyric of one of my favorite Christmas carols, and that Christmas carol at the end, it's this really cute little story of just someone going out on Christmas morning and there's a kid singing Jingle Bells and saying, I wanted to sing my favorite song and I wanted everyone to sing along. And, it's a time for joy and sharing. So share your joy with those who need it most. And that to me is what's at the heart of all this, is when you share joy, you make other people happy and you make yourself happier. And sometimes we need that push in our lives to do that. And it's worth it.
Mm-hmm. Tammy, you had a great story the other day about the mall. Do you want to share? You and Darby at the mall.
Oh, at the mall. So we have reindeer masks that we wear with like a big, red nose and stuff. And we were stopped probably 10 or 12 times where people were just like, you make me so happy. Like just seeing your face, I can just tell that you're happy people, and just the joy of just a simple, fun mask makes. Like,
isn't that funny?
It is funny. Yeah.
Just the season of it all makes the sweater makes me happy. Jenna's sweater makes all of your outfits make me happy. But I mean, I've been listening to Christmas music since September, so I'm not gonna lie.
I feel that.
Yeah, but you know what? Can we talk about the video you guys put up the other day? I just about spit my eggnog and Bailey's out because it was so funny.
That's my favorite quote, however.
Oh, amazing.
So whose idea? Natalie, you're kind of like a TikTok queen, so I'm guessing it was your idea.
It was not my idea.
Oh.
I don't do that many TikToks.
You don't anymore.
No, that was definitely me sharing my joy during the pandemic, right? So, we did a whole podcast about it. That's right. But it's life is busy. They take a bit of time, so it's not really something I spend a lot of time on these days. But I think it was Jenna.
That
Pamela Pumpkin's a character.
So
Pamela Pumpkin's a TikTok character, and I have done a few Pamela Pumpkin videos, when I had a little more time on my hands. And it's a comedic character created by Laura Claire, who's a comedian, and she plays this character. And then what's cool about TikTok is it's a co-creation platform. So you can take somebody's audio and make a video on it. So I've done this a few times for different other holidays. Mm-hmm. And then Jenna, it was you.
I think so, because my daughter still goes around the house being Natalie, being Pamela Pumpkin.
Oh my gosh.
And telling us to sanitize. And it's these little workout videos, and I'm like, there must be a Christmas one.
Yeah.
Of course there is. I'm like, well, there's 3 of us, and when she does the Christmas video, there's Pamela, and she has her 2 backup, fitness gurus with her.
I'm picturing 80s fitness people in the background. Okay.
Oh yeah,
okay.
it's very, it's gold, comedy gold.
And these 2 are the bounciest aerobic ladies you could ever, when I watched that video after, I was a little self-conscious, to be honest. I don't have the same kind of enthusiastic bounce going on in my ankles and knees.
We rehearsed our bounce. Jenna and I were bouncing.
I was also editing and
yes, you
filming.
Had a lot of other stuff to focus on.
It's a major production. We did 2 takes.
Yeah, 2 whole takes.
2 takes.
It's less than a minute long.
Yeah. I think we should show it.
I think we probably should.
Okay.
And that's probably going to be about...
Wrap up the show for the day. So Project Nice List online, how can we get there?
At Project Nice List on Instagram, and we have a website, which is projectnicelist.com. Thank you. I'm
and thank you Fusebox for that.
Yes, a huge thank you. We do have a couple of sponsors this year, not the big one that I was talking about, but Fusebox, who has done our website. They've done the frames that you're seeing everywhere. They converted our logo this year because we made it ourselves. So that's been incredible. So thank you to Fusebox, and also DNA Swag, who made us a swag shop, which is new this year.
Yes.
Beautiful. Okay, well, thanks for being on the show, and a big thanks again to Tie Dye Co. for our beautiful sweaters, and we'll see you next week in these sweaters again.
Hi, y'all. I'm Pamela Pumpkin, and you're about to do Pamela Pumpkin's holiday workout. This is Santa. That's Santa. If you celebrate Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Christmas, and whatever else I missed, get up! Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Christmas, and whatever else I missed. Come on!
Pick up the star, put it on the tree. Pick up the star, put it on the tree. Pick up the star, put it on the tree. It's Christmas time for you and me.
Spin like a dreidel, spin like a dreidel, spin like a dreidel.
Freeze.
Spin like a dreidel, spin like a dreidel, spin like a dreidel.
And squeeze.
Feliz Navidad, do the cha-cha. 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 And hop for the holidays, clap for Christmas. Hop for the holidays, clap for Kwanzaa. Hop for the holidays, holler for Hanukkah. Yeah, holler for Hanukkah.